Is it hard to understand the Bible? Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
Shalom, everyone. Shalom, shalom. If everyone can hear me clearly, please just say Khan. If everyone can hear me clearly, please say Khan. Give me a little water here. I'm just waiting to see, can everyone hear me clearly first? Hopefully they can. Can everyone hear me and see me clearly? Please say Khan. Okay, alrighty. Well, that's a blessing. That is a blessing. Make sure all right. So it's good to see everyone today. It's good to see everyone today. Good to see everyone today. So today, we will not be on so long as last time, and I'm really saying that today. I have a lot of work to do. This week I have a feast to prepare for, the Feast of Dedication, and we also have a funeral to go to. So I want to say, rest in power, rest in peace, rest in paradise to my sister Etana. Okay. And blessings to her family and her husband who's with our body as well. He started off with the Dallas body, and I met her in Houston body. Very, very beautiful and good, charitable sister. We're in a time where, as in a time of Noah, where some people's purpose is just up, and the Most High is just taking some people for whatever reason, because their purpose is finished. And none of us know the day or hour. We just want to make sure that when we go, if we do go, we know that some of us will see, if it be the Most High's will, our Savior returning. But if our purpose is done on earth, and we're one of those souls called, we want to make sure that we've done all that we can, and we stayed in the fight. Okay, and Most High hopefully will have mercy upon our souls. And this sister, anybody can tell you, she was very charitable, very, very charitable. I mean, went out her way for everyone. And let me tell you, what I have on tonight is something that she always keeps her husband fly with. I got on this ascot tie. You understand? Yeah, and this handkerchief. Yeah. So I'm gonna be rocking this in a memorial for my sister. You understand? So because at the end of the day, we have to go through our mourning, but in this truth, we do understand that, listen, we are working hard to be able to see the dead in Christ rise first. The dead in Christ is not dead. They're not dead. They are waiting for this thing to be finished that we're living, and they will rise in Christ first from the dead, and we will meet them in the air. Okay? So I just thought I'd put that out there. Okay? All praises to the Most High. And also, you all already know, as Elder Rawchaa was putting out there, let us not forget about our brother Dwayne, who started with us from the beginning. So I never got to meet my brother, but there's many brothers who I've met who know him personally, and his own brother is still out there doing the work, making sure that, you know, he's putting in what he needs to put in to be able to see his brother on the other side. So if any of you have lost anyone in this time, understand what's going on. You understand the Most High's calling back certain souls that he let out at a certain time. Okay. Anyway, I thank you all and for your prayers for these people, for these saints, for the body of Christ. Anyway, guys, tonight I said that I would, after a long, I thought that it was only 3 hours, the last show. Some people are still watching the show till this day. So I thought that I said, since the time changed, I'm going to start coming on a little bit earlier. It's not enough time in the day, you know, with the children of Israel to try to get things done with us and our families and our work that we have to do on a daily basis. But yet and still, we do what we can. So I'm going to be coming on at 6:30 Central Standard Time. And anytime I feel like I need to change that time, of course, you'll see in the show that it changes probably an hour up. But that's pretty late for those on the East Coast. So I thought that I would move the time down a little bit and try to have some just weights and just measures here. Okay. So anyway, I didn't get to see you Sunday. Oh, they're talking about Elder Rawchaa in South Carolina. I heard the brothers had a ball. Shout out to all of my brothers. The Cincinnati, Ohio body, and whoever else went out there. Brother Arad Yahweh, known as Brother Bronze. So yeah. Anyway, first and foremost, all praises be to the Most High. Shout out to all of the elders, my honorable elders, because I'm a young elder, so I still give a honorable shalom to all of my elders, not only elders in position of the Most High, but the elders and the hoary gray heads of the Most High. Okay, men and women alike. All right, and shalom to all the deacons and the officers and the rest of the men of Israel and the daughters of Zion. As you guys know, last week we had a lesson called Women Like Sarah. And so I want to open it up a little bit before we talk about just a few things before we just watch some of the updates on the ranch. We're going to be talking about a little bit about homesteading and a little bit about inflation. Like I said, it's going to be a short show tonight. I'm going to let you guys get a little rest to get prepared for the feast that's coming. Elder Rawchaa show tomorrow. I'm sure he's flying back from South Carolina or whatever the case may be, or if he's going to be there. Right, and you can prepare for Elder Moore show and the our brothers in the Indian tribe speaking a different tongue show on G.O.C.C. media. Okay, with Brother Kazak. All right. Anyway, so I wanted to put a few things out there really quick because after the lesson, the lesson got such a great response. No negativity. Okay. No negativity at all. If it was, I didn't see it. So, because we're in a time where our sisters have to focus on either they're going to get it or they're not going to get it. Either they're going to do it or they're not going to do it. Either our brothers are going to do it or they're not going to do it. You know, it's time. And I had a few questions, and I think it provoked some of my sisters to good works. Now, the lesson was not intended for any woman to force herself upon a man, right? Not to force herself in situations. I'm going to put a few things out there for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding sakes. And and I'm going to let you guys, I'm going to ask a few questions for about 5 to 10 minutes before we go into this, being that this is going to be a short, relatively short show tonight. some of my sisters, more than one, believe it or not, I read a few messages over the weekend. And so the question is this. Two of the same questions, by the way. How to know if this man is for me or not. I am not the I'm not the most high. So, but I'll give you some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from the scripture aspect of what we taught last week. There's something that we put in place as a church here to prevent fornication and adultery, and to try to do the opposite of what the devil has been doing on this earth since he landed, is break up families. So a lot of us probably have came into the truth with marriages that we did not enter in the correct way. And that's no fault on anyone, because there's so many shoes that people have walked through where it's many different stories, but all very similar, right? Most of the time we were going after the flesh. We were going after without any wisdom. Some of us got together and just accepted it because that's our best friends. But just because it's your best friend does not always mean that's the one for you. Some may feel contrary to that, but it's different when you live with someone. So, that person who you learn to live with and can get along with in Christ would eventually still become like your best friend, right? Anyway, but I'm not talking, I'm just saying, sometimes you had a best friend in the world that just didn't always work out. A lot of times it's puppy love. So, I'll say this, okay, because I'm trying to pick my words. We have something in place called a courting agreement, okay? Usually when you come into the gathering of Christ Church, our job as elders and leaders and shepherds is to keep the sheep in line and to keep them from wandering astray to get taken by wolves, because we understand that there's some people, first of all, who try to recruit, like I said, silly women and take them captive into multiple women marriages. Okay? So we would be able to see that very clearly. If this man is coming and saying, hey, I need this to be my second wife, it would be an automatic capital N-O. Because not only is her father over her, the leaders of the church are her shepherds. So what you sisters need to do is, anytime you feel like you are interested in a man, anytime you feel like a man is interested in you, you or the man, and I'm speaking to my men too, come to the elders or the deacons or the officers of that church, whatever Elder Rawchaa has put over that church. If there's not one over your church, send an email, okay, to the church, and we can try our best to maybe give counsel over the phone or FaceTime, whatever the case, not FaceTime, Zoom, whatever the case may be, to try to make sure that this is the case. Because there's a few questions that we're going to ask. How long has this brother been in the church? Does he have a job? What's his place of employment? How long has he been employed? It's almost like an interview, because a father does not just give his daughter away to any man. Okay, so I had one sister, and I'm not going to put her name out there. She said that hey, after the lesson, I don't want to put your name out there though, but she said, hey, she put her head down a little bit, and you know how sisters do. Praise the Most High. Thank you. He comes back, hey, by the way, are you single? Well, in my church, we don't just court outside of my church. What a wise sister. What a wise sister. She's telling this brother, hey, I'm under someone. So if you would like to actually be with me, there's something you can do. And there's a situation, and some situations that we have like this, where there's brothers who was interested in some of these sisters, and we have sat down with some of these brothers and say, hey, if you're interested, it's okay to be interested. There's nothing wrong with that. But understand that this is a daughter of Zion. We had a story in the scriptures where our sister Dina was just taken, and we would not allow our sisters in the time going anymore, if they work with us according to Christ, to just be taken. Now, if they do something on the side, that's on them. So if you're interested in this sister, this is what you can do. This is a God she believes in. This is the church she's a part of. Would you like to try to join this church and serve the Most High God? We serve the same God that you know as Jesus Christ. We just call him Yeshua, the Savior, right? And she has a community. She has a family that you would have to join in order to take her. Would you be willing to do these things, sir? Okay, well, yeah. Why don't you come for a few Sabbaths, right? Come for about 3 to 6 months. Let us check you out. Let her get to know you. Let us see what's going on. There's still no courting yet. We want to get to know you to see if you're even capable of having the wherewithal to be able to even court our sister. Now, it's going to take a sister to be patient, because if this sister is a sister like the scripture says when we read the scriptures last week, if she's a sister who's just going after the flesh, she's going to fall off anyway. We have no control over that. But if you really want to get with this righteous sister, guess what? No different than back in the days when Jacob and Isaac were taking wives. They had to have patience. They had to have work ethic. They had to learn how to have submittance under elders. You understand? So regardless how old his brother is, it don't matter. Well, he may feel like, well, I'm a grown man. I should be able to just, you know what? You have right under God to do what you want to do. We're just telling you in this church to prevent our sister going back under the curses and having baby mama drama. Okay? Having a child with a man who she probably thought was good, and then he dips off and he's not even going to be taking care of his child. We're preventing all of that. Once again, so sisters, you have to be patient as well, right? So that's how you're going to know if that man is for you, if he's patient. If a man, I'm talking about, this is one situation or scenario, if a man is outside of the church, okay? Let him come to the church for a while, see if he believes in God. You don't want to join with nothing that does not even believe in the same God as you. Two cannot walk together unless they agree. You see what I'm saying? So that's one way you'll know. You're not going to know just because he's cute or because you heard he got it going on. You're not going to know from that. You know, because we as sisters, and I'm going to keep it real with my sisters, we shouldn't be worried about the flesh of how something hangs or this and that, all these weird sexual thoughts that shouldn't even come before the first step. None of that matters, because when you're sitting at home talking about he's beating on me, I'm taking care of these babies by myself, he don't want to pay the bill, because you, like I always say, I try to say it in a respectful manner. You want to just be quick to give yourself away and open the scissors to a man. No, you can't do that. So this is how you'll know if there's a man on the outside, who may be interested in this truth. Now, for a man in the church, it's really very, very similar. I'm going to drink some of this green superfood. Wake me up. Ooh, that's good. A man in the church, listen, we can't be too shy when we want something. If a man wants a woman, there's nothing wrong with, you understand, going to tell the leader he's interested in a sister and saying, hey, I would like to talk to the sister. Why? Because he's going to her, letting it be known there's no type of sexual harassment or nothing going on. There's a witness there. Okay? And maybe this deacon or officer or elder can introduce them and say, hey, you know what I mean? This gentleman would like to, he's interested in you. Is it okay if he talks to you for a minute, whatever the case may be? We're all grown-ups, right? Now, if they see forth after a while that they would like to court and get to know each other, that's just how you do that. Same thing, sister. If you feel like, you're interested in someone, you just get with your leader. Even though custom is the men go to the father and go to the elder or the leader. That's custom. But I mean, hey, it's nothing wrong. It's not against the law. You understand? Because I'll tell you why am I saying that there? Why am I saying that? Because I look at we have a lot of young, beautiful sisters in this church being very patient. And you have the men too. The men, I like this new generation in the truth, not necessarily in the world. No. They have a lot of patience. I'm looking at a lot. I'm like, dang, it's a lot of young sisters ain't married. In my mind, sometimes I'm like, well, what are they waiting for? You be having a baby when you're 30, 35. There's nothing wrong with it. But usually women is getting married from the age of 18 to 25. So there's nothing wrong, with anything else. I'm just saying, though, we are the children of Israel and the curses. But I think, to stay on point, that the men are shy too. So you'll just be sitting next to someone you like, and you're never saying them for years. Closed mouth does not get fed. The sister looking like, I see him looking at me. He ain't gonna say nothing. So, because sisters is trying to keep their integrity. And they have the right to try to keep their integrity. They're not innocent. Don't. That's not what I'm saying. They ain't innocent. They might want you just as much as that too, but they're trying to keep their integrity. Okay, because we know the scripture says in the testament, I think of Reuben, that sisters think about that more than men. But our sisters are trying to do right by keeping themselves. Okay, so sisters, I hope this answers your question. If you're interested, get with your leader. If you don't have a leader, maybe send an email to an elder. Send an email to the elders, and we will try to get someone, you understand, to represent you to see if the situation is okay. But we have to sit down as a community to start bringing families together. Because don't forget, like Elder Rawchaa says, we are joining not only a woman to a man, we're joining also families. We're joining this church body together. That's how you build the new, generation of Zion. It's family. Everyone's in support of it and everything, right? So, and we just want to make sure there's no people taking on burdens. Because men, you may meet a woman, like I said, that we read about last week, that has a lot of things to still work on. And we would say, when we examine it, please wait. And some people sometimes get a little angry at us. But I have to say that I'd rather them get angry at us than them have 10 to 20 years of pain in a relationship that could have been prevented. That's all I'm saying there. Because a lot of us didn't have certain parents to tell us the right. Our parents, back in the days, let me tell you, our uncles, our friends, whoever, everyone's telling you, man, you got to have you one or two of them. You got to have you another man on the side. So you got one who's paying the bills, and you getting this over here from him. No, we can't be doing all that. That's not the author of. So this is just the honest truth, sisters and brothers. Now the social media thing. This is one thing. When you see a sister on social media, that doesn't not mean she's going to look the same in real life. Let me tell you a joke. I got to tell a joke. Y'all know your elder's crazy. I got to tell a joke. And I'm going to try to, I used to have a roommate, right? This is my roommate who I had my radio show with. Okay, we had our radio show at the time, and we had our famous people on there. Here we go. He needed to borrow my truck. I had an Expedition at the time. This is like a year or two before the truth, and he's once again he's doing the, you guys got Tinder out there now. He's always, his name was Playboy, by the way. He's from New York. He would always, shout out to Playboy if you listening one day. Right, I got to put you out there, but he was a good guy. His mother was in the military. He's a military brat. But he was really from Ohio. But he always said when he met the girls, he would say, man, they would call me Lancelot back in the days. They'd say, come on, Lancelot, you come with us, man. They was really trying to use me to get the girls. Parking lot pimp, do all these things, right? And one night, he's like, man, I'm like, you all right? He's like, yeah, can I borrow your truck? He was having some car problems at the time. I'm like, what you need to borrow my truck for? Because I paid a lot of money for this truck, right? And I like, listen, this is what we'll do, because it's very late outside, it's raining. I will ride with you. I'll sleep in the passenger seat and I will ride with you. Because he said he, needed to go holler at a girl. Now, we was in the world at this time. And I said all this to say for the social media, well, I'm going to go there for the social media relationships for you guys. He's going far, and I said, look, you're gonna pay me that gas money, because this expedition that he bought with, this thing is it cost some gas money, brother. So we worked at the car wash at the time too. So anyway, this brother, we almost there. It took us almost an hour to get there. So he's almost there. I'm asleep in the passenger seat, and he's texting her, and he's telling me while he's driving, so we won't get in the wreck, to see what she's saying. And she's saying, she's fat. So he's just like, yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm fat. You know what I mean? And I was telling him what she was saying. Okay. And he was like, what? Yo, B, because he called himself New York. He from Ohio. His mama used to say, Roderick Duckworth. His name was Roderick Duckworth. Okay. When he go to the females, he say, oh, yeah, my name New York, B. That's what he always say, my name is New York. I don't know what's up with this thing. You understand? His mom said, Roderick is not from New York. He is from Ohio. But I let him ride with it because he was my homie. I let him, anytime we go around, I let him, use his little game to get his woman or whatever. But anyway, the woman, she said she was fat. And we were confused. So I'm halfway asleep, mind you. And he's like, text her, whatever, this and that. And she's like, no, yeah, I'm fat. And so basically he drove all the way out there, had to pay all his gas money to me, chasing the flesh. I tried to tell this brother. I tried to tell him about this type of social media stuff, but he didn't listen to me. So he drove all the way down there. Literally, he was 5 minutes away from the maps, the map quest or whatever they had back in the days. Guess what? And he had to turn back around. Boy, was he pissed. Now, we don't know if the sister was lying to him or this was the truth and she just got scared. Like, this brother's really coming? Man, I'm telling you guys, be careful with the social media relationships, because you do not know who you're getting with. You don't know if you're getting with an abuser. You don't know if you're getting with someone who just putting up their pictures from a certain time of life. I'm not saying it's impossible to do it, but I would really get a leader involved. And most of the time, the leader probably not going to have time for that, because that's like very chancy. It's a roll of the dice, and it's hard to roll 7. So, I would just be wise about going about it. Like I said, I'm not saying that it's against the law. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I would seek counsel. That's really the best way, sisters and brothers, is to seek counsel before you do anything. Because if you're going to have kids, down the line, spirits come through that. Spirits come with relationships. It's no different than planting a tree. When I'm asking about a tree, I'm asking about the genetics. When I'm asking about a pet, I'm asking about the genetics. If I'm asking about livestock, I'm asking about the genetics. I'm asking, do they have shots, this and that, right? And I'm not saying, this is off the top of the subject, I don't really want animals with shots. Okay, so I'm asking all of these questions to see, you understand, what am I getting myself into? Who is your, and then we don't strive in genealogy, but do you have any pictures of your dad? Do you have any pictures of his dad? You have any pictures of his dad? I personally, that's how I am. Even though we don't strive in genealogy, but I need to know as best as I can, because the scriptures did tell us to try to get with Israelites. Okay? Because I try to tell a lot of brothers when we're overseas, you can try to marry one of these people out here all you want to, but let me tell you who came in Egypt. Persians, Amalek, Zepho. Let me tell you, Turkish, all type of tribes came and mingled in Egypt, which was like a old modern day America. You don't know what you getting. You be done got with a straight Amalekite. These people done mixed with Romans and everything. The French done went over there, Arabs. So you may, man, she looked like Joseph. And I know we're scattered when you read in the scriptures. So we're lost sheep of the house of Israel. We don't strive in genealogy anymore. But a person should still diligently study before they make an investment. You make an investment connection. So I'm going to just put that out there. And hopefully that helps you, my sisters. Don't just get with him because he's cute. Okay? Don't just get with him because he's cute. Okay? That's just the highlight of everything else. A lot of sisters got with a lot of cute guys, and right now are still trying to salvage their relationship. But I have to say that they played a big part in that. Or he's not around to help them anymore. So if you want a real man of the Most High, there you go. That's how you're going to know if he's willing to make sacrifices for you. And it's not about you. Let's not forget about that. You're still becoming his helpmeet. I'm just giving you the character of a man of the Most High. He's going to have patience. He needs to know the Bible. He needs to want to serve God. Like genuinely. A man who wants to serve God is genuinely studying, genuinely wants to know why he does everything he does. And he understands the order of the Most High. If that ain't him, sister, steer clear. I hope that answered your question. I hope that answered your questions, my sisters. Him telling you, him having a game. Hey, baby, what's up? I can give you everything. I got this. Let me tell you, no. That don't matter nothing. If his words are not the oracles of the Most High, I don't care how smooth he talk. We have enough of men talking women out of their clothes already. That's enough of that. Okay? A real man telling you put your clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Telling you take certain things off. Not the things for the bedroom. He's telling you take off things that really don't matter for a woman's beauty, the outside. He's like, listen, you want to go study? You want to go pray together? Things like that. You want to go take a walk in the park, sit down and read the Bible. Things like that. Okay? So hopefully this answers you guys' questions, because there's many men who are going to tell you look good. That shouldn't really be. That's all. That's all they're going to tell you. Duh. All of our sisters are beautiful. We know that already. What else is new? We got some of the most beautiful sisters on this planet Earth. Okay? So make sure you hit the like button before we go into the few things we're going to go into. I'm just going to answer a few questions for 5 minutes. That's it now. And then after this, showing what we've been doing on our land here for our homesteading. After this, then we'll answer a few questions for that. But right now, I'm just going to answer. Is there any questions? Is there any questions on the lesson from last week that I did not get to answer? Please. 5 minutes only. If not, I'm just going to move forward. And it got to be, if you're going to ask a question, it needs to be a real question. What about divorce, Elder? Okay, you want to know about divorce? We can get it from scriptures, because we know what Christ said. I'm only going to tell you what Christ said. I'm not going to tell my opinion. Okay. One moment. I'm trying to pull up my eastward. One moment. Don't give me no trouble here, please. Yeah, give me one moment, please. Come on now. There we go. All right. Here we go. Matthew. Sorry about that. I need to open it up. Matthew 19 and 9. You ready? Matthew 19 and 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery. And whoso married her, which is put away, do it commit adultery. Why? Because it really wasn't supposed to be split, because Christ said only the devil splits. You see, you're not just going to split and you didn't go through a process. You have to go through a process of separation, as the scripture says. And then you eventually, after you fast and pray, you come back together so you're not tempted by the devil. So now, eventually, if it takes more fasting and praying, you got to keep doing it. And eventually, if one person does not want to follow anymore or be with that person, if they leave, then you're not under bondage. Or if they pass away or die, then you're under bondage. If you kill them, then you're going down for murder. So that's the only way really out of divorce. Or if there's some type of person, serving another god, beating on people, abuse, but that even takes counsel and going through the proof of all of these things first. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. Hopefully that answered your question. All right. Let me see here. Is there any more questions? Because in the beginning, it was not so. Unless a person passed away. Any more questions? Shalom, Elder Dill. Thank you for that. And a lot of times we don't even try to make things work. But if you really want to serve Christ, if you got with that person for some reason, you should at least try to make it work. Right? If you want to serve Christ. Isn't there a letter of divorce to be given as well? I'm not going to even answer that. There's those first steps that must be taken before you even get to that. We should even be talking about that. If you have a baby with someone but not married according to the government, or you married according to God, yeah. Now, if you're just going out getting people pregnant, that's not marriage. That's called fornication. But if you guys came together and you just personally didn't want to do it that way, and you're both following the Most High, yes, you're married. But if you're just going around coming together without any type of order or joining families, that's called fornication. What about a significant other with mental illness? Hey, life comes in many different shapes and forms. You have to love each other through thick and thin when you make those vows. Right? Life is not all about the flesh. Okay? When you have you a friend, when you come together, you have to understand that people can get in accidents and get paralyzed and all type of stuff. You have to be willing to be with that person through the ups and downs, through thick and thin, to death do us part. So life is not all about the flesh. Through sickness and health. There you go. All right. So it looks like we don't have any more questions. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this this video here. No more questions. Okay. The 5 minutes are up. Give me one moment here. I'm going to open this article that Elder Rawchaa sent me, or this video here. If you can bear with me for one moment. Let me get this
performance that truly matters.
All right, let's dive into it. So let's talk.
One moment. This is fair use and for educational purposes only. 1 minute, guys, okay? 1 minute. 1 second, guys. I'm still with you. All right. Let's check it out.
Talk about the economy. So some disturbing new economic numbers out today show how we may be facing the worst economic crisis.
So what you guys are seeing here is it's only weeks away, and it might be worse than the Great Recession, redacted with Clayton Morris. So this is going to be used for fair use and educational purposes of why homesteading is important, why planting your food and saving your food is important. Now, a lot of us may think that, oh, this is, cry wolf, cry wolf. It's not cry wolf. We're in some different times where we got to prepare. We keep reminding the people because we have a lot of new people coming in, and we have to remind the people of what to do, right? Ooh, my daughter made that tea. That's good. She love her daddy. That's my 8-year-old. So, anyway, just so you know, it's green superfood. We call it Incredible Hulk. Ooh, that's beautiful. So let's go back into this video, okay? Inflation is at an all-time high. If it gets worse, we've been hearing that some people, even though we don't celebrate it, canceling their Thanksgiving dinners and all that. So really, what is the Most High doing out there? What is he allowing to be done? He is allowing Babylon to fall. And we have to make sure that we can adapt through these times. Okay? So let's go watch this video.
Since the Great Recession, a couple of key data points that we want to talk about. The first and probably the most important data point is out this afternoon. It relates to consumer spending. People are just not spending money because they don't have money, and the money they do have is worth less than it was a year ago. So that's not good. Here's Zero Hedge this afternoon showing just how bad it's getting for consumers who are just tapping out, saying enough is enough. I can't afford anything right now. The consumer is tapping out. Ever since inflation entered the financial system in early 2021, there has been a debate as to whether or when the higher cost of living would hit consumer spending to the point of inducing a recession. Sure, consumers can rely on savings or credit to make ends meet in the near term. However, if inflation remains elevated for a prolonged period, eventually it becomes too much to bear, and the consumer is forced to tap out and cut discretionary expenses. That's when a recession hits.
Over the past 6 months, we have been investigating as well as exposing the truth behind all of these food processing plants that have been catching on fire.
So people are tapping out.
Yes, and we see this right ahead of the holiday season. And when you look at last week, we saw so many third quarter reports of all of the major companies. None of them were stellar. And so a lot of these companies are really banking on a big Q4, and it looks like they may not get it. And they've already warned us that layoffs are coming, which means those could be exacerbated by this news.
Yeah, it's crazy. So let's talk about oil and gas prices, because this is another big piece of this, right? So you might have noticed a nice $1 per barrel drop recently. You might have been like, oh, really excited about this right after the midterm election. Like, timing is interesting on that too, isn't it? Like, why it suddenly dropped $10? Well, the holiday is over, and they are set to skyrocket. You have OPEC Plus just rebutting a rumor that oil production was about to take off. I don't know where this rumor started, but people got excited about this. Brent crude falling below $85 for the first time since the end of September, as Saudi Arabia and other OPEC countries were reported to be discussing an output increase. Okay, they were reportedly talking about an output increase. But OPEC says, no, sorry, that's not true. That's a total lie. I don't know where the media ran with this story, by the way. Energy reporter Amina Bakar says that's a lie. Saudi Energy Minister Prince Abdulaziz bin Al Salman categorically denies recent reports that Saudi Arabia is discussing with other OPEC producers an output increase of 500,000 barrels per day. So no, that's not happening.
This is the same prince where we showed you him speaking to a Reuters reporter, remember, about a month ago at an OPEC meeting and saying, I don't want to talk to Reuters. You keep misquoting me, and I'm tired of it. And so this is him again saying, I don't know. where this comes from. Just listen to what I say because I'm not parsing words. That guy, he's so tired of clarifying himself.
Yeah, that's true. And worse is that these prices are set to explode because Russia just this afternoon said under no circumstances would it sell oil to nations that set a price cap on their oil. Here's looking at you, Europe, and the United States with your ridiculous Russian sanctions. Remember, this is the exact same scenario that we covered on the show a month ago, where JP Morgan says that if the United States and Europe put price caps on Russian oil, it will send prices over $200 a barrel, which means skyrocketing gas and petrol prices, right? So what are the prices? I'm just curious, what are the prices where people live right now? Like, let us know in the chat, how much are you paying for oil prices or for gas prices right now? What about you, David? What are you guys paying out where you guys live? You're in you're in Alaska.
I'm in Washington. I'm in Washington State. We can see Alaska from here, but I'm in Washington State, and we're paying about $4.60 still. $4.65, I believe, was the last time I was at the gas station.
What are we seeing here right now?
It's high. It's like almost $2.10 a liter.
Yeah.
Where it has been fluctuating down in some of the better days down to maybe 170. So it's really jumping around a lot. It really depends on the day.
DS277 says TV dinners, where that person is from, went from $2.99 to $4.99. Geez, Savannah in Rumble says $4.20 in Pennsylvania. Terry Britton says $3.25 in North Carolina. Joe Martinez.
Yeah, in Finland also, they're saying $2.20 a liter for diesel, so around the same prices as we're paying here. In Portugal, it's a lot. $1.79 a liter in Belfast. Those are on the lower end now. So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Spain, South Spain, $1.77 to $2 a euro approximately per liter.
Yeah.
Someone says liters mean nothing to me. I know. I can't.
It takes some while. It takes some time to get used to that.
I'm still stuck.
So we're not going to go through the whole thing. I'm just giving you a glimpse of what's being talked about here in this world. All over the world. We may be here in Babylon worrying about celebrities. We may be here worrying about entertainment. But this is what the nations are talking about. Inflation, global recession, anarchy, trouble, violence, right? So am I saying this to talk about doom and gloom? Oh my goodness, no. That's not why I'm saying this. Once again, this is to warn the people. Okay, this is to warn the people and to blow the trumpet. Okay, so we know that we need to be saving our necessities. Wood, if you have wood stoves, if you have a fireplace, whatever the case may be, if you have an outside kitchen, if you have a backyard with a fire pit, if you have a barbecue pit, if you have to dig a hole to put your wood, whatever the case may be, whatever you have planned for you and your family, you need to have the necessities, all right, in excess if the grid shuts down. Okay, now I'm going to show in this video an example of what you can do if you don't already know, because this is the thing. We're never making videos for the people who already know to say, hey, I did this, I did that. You don't need to say that. Okay? Unless you just want to come on the show and express it soon. When we do call-ins, yes, then we can do that. But we're really talking about the people who don't know. It's a lot of us out there who don't know how to do anything, who don't know how to exercise, who don't know how to eat right. You understand? Whatever the case may be, save food. People who still need financial literacy. People who do not know how to save money. Okay? So, or people who have been told and just didn't listen and still are playing catch up. Whatever the case may be, we are trying to fix these problems for everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and go, because I have 2 videos to play. Give me some time to open them really quick. Give me one moment, please. Give me some time to open them really quick. Alrighty. Go to YouTube. Going to go to the bodybuilding page, and I'm going to show you guys what we've been doing because it's been raining. It's been raining again, and it's no problem about just the rain, but it's hard to do things when it's fully raining. I mean, of course, a lot of times I'm actually out there in the rain working, but there's still certain things that you are prohibited from doing. Let's be honest, when it rains, especially when you're on new land. So there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but we're working it out. Praise the Most High. And it's like this weather is another thing that we have to be careful about. You have to make sure you have extra blankets, you have your coats, you have your bug out bags, that you have these things that we try to continue to remind you about because, man, it's crazy, guys. Okay, so we're going to go to the updates on the ranch part 2 and 3 really quick. I'm opening it up right now. I haven't even uploaded it yet on the bodybuilding page because I show everything here now as far as the land goes first. So each video is probably almost about 30 minutes, so it'll be like an hour. So I'm just going to show you guys what we've been doing and show you how to involve your family, involve your children and people like that, right? Okay, so here we go. That's one moment. And I will try to narrate through it because maybe the wind was blowing a little bit. So if you don't hear certain things, I can narrate through it because the wind was blowing a little bit out there. I do have a mic, but sometimes I'm just editing the footage is just coming, okay? So yes, the weather is crazy right now. Am I selling land? No, ma'am, I'm not selling land. But there's a lot of land for sale though. I will listen, if it's possible, I will actually answer all of the questions after this video just for the sake of time because you will understand. I just want to get through it tonight. We got a lot to do this week. So one moment here, okay? Pull this up for you guys. And pull that up for you guys. There we go.
This is our greenhouse for the plants. For more plants to come. Yeah. And we got so many plants.
What is it?
I think it's a clementine. Clementine. It's an orange. Hi guys, we're going to be planting some tiny lemon trees. Here it is. Show them, boys. This is a tiny lemon tree. And we're going to plant them. Alright, come on guys. This is a root. Come on.
It's good to get the children involved because, you know, if something happens to you along the way in this walk, they know what to do, right? Because some people do actually not. Like a lot of grown-ups have no clue of how to grow food. Okay, so let your children have fun and you know, learn and grow. So they ate one of the clementines off of the tree, and I told them what to do with the seeds. I said, hey, God gives you free seeds. So what are you going to do with those seeds? Put them in your greenhouse in this little, you know, plant bucket. So when spring comes, you have some more clementine trees. And all you have to do is take another branch off of that mother tree and graft this tree once it has big enough roots. And when you graft it, it will grow fruits that same year. Although you still want to try to focus on the root system, it'll still grow fruits that same year. So they're planting those clementine seeds, and these are some other lemon seeds that we actually had before we moved on the land that they actually finally grew up.
See, somebody hold it like that.
So these little lemon trees, by springtime, hopefully they're big enough, and I'll graft them, and they'll actually be growing lemons already.
There you go, baby. Okay.
By the way, my kids are getting ready to drop their first biblical cartoon. They've been dropping their cartoons, but they're going to start dropping biblical ones too that children can watch on the Sabbath. So keep an eye out for that on Lions Kids.
And after that, we're gonna water it.
And then it'll have enough roots in there. You guys are doing a good job.
I cut myself with the saw, so I had to put a Band-Aid on.
If they're babies, they need a little bit water. Think that should be enough? Yeah. We plant new trees so they can grow more lemons. And after we're done with the seeds, just put it right in, and then it's going to grow more. No, put them in the greenhouse. See?
You gonna give them a new home?
Yes.
Right. Having a greenhouse to put them in, you can do that, or you can just leave them outside. But I like the greenhouse because it just protects them from the elements. So as you see us here digging to put all of these trees in, I think I bought over 50 plus fruit trees into my front yard, and I got, man, over 30 blueberry trees in the backyard. Banana trees all in the back. You don't want to plant too deep in this clay soil because if not, it's going to be soaking in, it'll be soaking in the water. Like when it rains, it won't come out. Actually, plant it in the mountain. Man, that auger is some work, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is called a June plum tree, but the original name for it is a Jew plum tree. It tastes like pineapple and mango. Who's ever heard of that one before? So I took this tree and put it in the greenhouse because the leaves were starting to turn yellow. I didn't know that it likes to have humidity when we were looking it up. We found out that the name of it was a Jew, J-E-W plum tree. Very ancient tree. They said it was even in the Garden of Eden. I don't know how they know that, but yeah.
Because our soil doesn't drain well. So because our soil doesn't drain well, what we learn is that we don't have to dig as deep. We just need to put it on the mountain. See how all of them have like a little pyramid? That's it. So y'all just make a little pyramid around that, pound it in. Don't beat it back.
Golden apple. There you go. Yeah, so the original name for it is Jew plum.
So look, guys. I was about to say, this clay soil is so hard. Every time I use this, it don't want to go down that much, only on certain parts of the ground. But if I was a machine, what would the machine do?
So when you have heavy clay soil, guys, you do not want to plant your trees too deep or the roots will drown. You want to just plant them on the mound. That's a fact. I'm not telling you something I don't know. This is the third greenhouse I built here. I still haven't put the plastic on there yet because it's been raining.
Greenhouse. Well, I am spiritually inspired to do everything I do. And I mean that literally. I'm spiritually inspired through the Holy Spirit. What you see here is ancient knowledge that's been passed down. I don't have any knowledge. I get it all from the Holy Spirit, literally. So I was inspired from other people's inspirations to do a DIY greenhouse. Didn't know what I was doing, never did it. And I feel no different than Noah building an ark. I knew it was going to take time, but I just jump and I just do it. That's my faith. So right now what you see right here is a small greenhouse. I'm probably going to be building a few more greenhouses in the near future. But for now, for this winter, I think I'll hopefully have enough. This one here specifically for my blueberries and my strawberries. Blueberries like acidic soil. pH is around what I think 4 to 5.5, and they can survive even up to 7. If you've ever watching the Back to Eden documentary, he had wood chips in his garden or mulch or whatever you want to call it, and they survived in a pH balance of 7. But I'm going to try to give them exactly what they need. Here I'm planting them in the ground, and I'll be putting peat moss in there to lower the pH. And there's many different things you can do. So I don't even feel like talking about all the things you can do to lower your pH, because it's neither here nor there. You find a way to do it, and whatever choice you make, there's no best choice. That's the thing that people get caught up on. You should do it this way, you should do it that way. You should just do it. You should just do what's best for you and yours, and we all share, and we keep a book and a notepad, and we just continue to learn. We get caught up on the wrong things. So if I had time to be getting caught up on that, I wouldn't be getting this work done. Okay, so basically I decided to build one more greenhouse. As I'm saying, I wanted to do this with the leftover materials that I had. Of course, I had to go and get a few more things. I was going to take the lazy route. I put some rebar here, as you can see. This is some rebar you just beat into the ground, and you take some braces and you brace your wood there. Okay, you can brace your wood together like this, or you can use something called ties, where they tie beams together. So, or you can just strictly just put screws into it. Whatever you choose, just do it. There's going to be some people in there, oh, you should do it like this. And guess what? They don't have anything to show for it. And if they do, maybe they have all the money, maybe they have all the resources. But everyone who we talk to and deal with don't have it. So I'm here to show you that you don't have to build this big size greenhouse, that big size greenhouse. If you got some wood on pallets, you can take that wood down. You can reinforce it in the ground. You can take you some cheap PVC. The cheapest PVC is what I got. This is 1-inch PVC, and that's 1-inch PVC. And guess what? No one can say it's not going to last, because it is going to last. Okay, we got heavy duty plastic on there. We have a lot of reinforcement. On top of that, what I've done outside of this is I made a box. You see the box? This is about I'll say 12 feet by 16. Okay. And it's a lot of things I do are not standard. I don't follow the standard way. I do whatever I feel like when I want to, how I want to do it. That's just what it is. Okay? I follow the Holy Spirit. And I hate to be so blunt, but it's just to kill the naysayers out there who say, you have to do it like this, you have to do it like that. No, you don't. I passed up the size of the greenhouse that I was following, and I didn't care. I'm just going to fix it because I want it to be bigger. And guess what? It's bigger. Come and take a look inside.
Yeah, guys, you don't have to follow every little way that Esau says this and that. Listen,
nice
follow your spirit.
Nice and tropical in here. Nice and tropical of what a lot of these, the ginger, the mango, the papaya. Okay, this is a climate that they like to have. And let me tell you, it's pretty chilly out there, but here is very warm. So I got it airing out right now. And if I feel like I need this to air out anymore, all I have to do is unscrew the beams at the bottom, roll it up, and just screw them in the middle. Okay, so, but I do have a vent down here, as you can see. So I have a lot more work to do in here as far as planting, but this is this greenhouse. Very reinforced, very solid, and you can afford a bag of concrete, guys. The concrete is only $4 a bag. So you take you some more beams, you reinforce your PVC, okay, and you want to do your connection here. Look, this, I think this PVC is about, I can't remember, about 10 feet. Possibly it's about 10 feet. Okay, it should tell me on here. Yeah, it's about 10 feet. We connected it with the PVC glue, okay, and the primer, and then you pretty much dig your holes with a shovel. I have clay soil, so I pretty much use the auger for time. It's a cheap auger, and it's very effective. I spent about $200-300 on it at Home Depot, at your local hardware store. And once again, I made a box. I braced my PVC. If you want to check it out right here, I braced it here.
Pay attention, guys, because you never know when you need to do something like this if you don't already know.
Way. And guess what, guys? It's not going anywhere. I got that rebar. Look, if you can see, it's not going anywhere.
If you have like a small backyard, you can still do small greenhouses and small projects like this.
Plastic, you wrap it, you put you a beam or something at the bottom to screw it into this beam. And you make your frame for the back, unless you just want to go in and out on both sides. I made this quick door frame. Look out of this.
I made 3 different greenhouses on purpose to show people
frame.
You can use cattle panel, you can use PVC, and you can use like just a raised bed and make it. I made 3 different ones on purpose to show you guys. They all can work, and for whatever your budget is, you guys can do it.
Gonna put an actual beam across here to finish.
You don't have to go broke.
Once again,
that's all I'm just trying to tell you.
Everything I do is about purpose, unless I just want it to look nice. For me, this looks nice though, because guess what? Everything is so expensive. I've used a lot of things that I had because I want to spend my money on the actual food to go on the ground. So I just thought I'd show you guys that, and yeah, all of you guys on YouTube or out there wherever you are, don't feel like you have to go broke to actually accomplish the matter. When we were starting, we actually broke one of the PVCs up there. All we did was flip it around, put another coupling on it.
Let me answer this question. The rodents, my cat just ate a mouse before I came in the house. So you just need to get you a cat on there. He'll eat all the mice, and put you some cornmeal with baking soda, and all of the mice, I'm going to speak it in the next video, they're going to go away. Trust me, they're going to go all the way. Even if they was coming in your house. Some of them came in my house, they eat that little cornmeal and stuff. They came through the vents. They all was dying all over the land. So we don't even worry about them no more. My cat just ate 2 this week.
And guess what? Bang. And I want to show you how we did this. Look, you can actually take a beam and go across here like I did the other one, or take you some PVC. Take you some PVC there. Once this PVC is solid, guys, this is not going anywhere. It's just not. So either way, whatever you have, do whatever you need to do.
So the PVC I had up top,
I'm going to finish this off.
Temporary, and then I came back and put some wood up there to reinforce it. That was just to hold it in place for the concrete. Because if you do the PVC, you have to make sure that it's stern up top. Okay, so I kind of show some things backwards to show you what I was doing. I just pour the concrete in the hole. Some people put the concrete and wet it and then put it in there. I don't do that. I just pour it in the hole. I spray it with water, and it does the exact same thing. You can actually make you a concrete driveway with dry concrete. You don't have to do it with wet concrete. I repeat, you don't have to do it with wet concrete. You still need to put your rebar on your rocks. But you can do it with dry concrete, and you spray it lightly, and you come back and spray it again. You don't have to stress yourself if you don't have all the machines and you cannot afford all of this stuff. Don't let nobody tell you you got to do certain things one way, because you don't. Elder, you're supposed to wet the concrete and put it in there. No, you're not. That's the standard way. Make sure you hit that like button. If you want to keep out rabbits and raccoons, the cat, okay, a dog, a donkey, okay, these things. So that's how it's coming out. My chickens, I came out one morning, my chickens is over there eating all my food scraps out of the trees I just planted. Lord have mercy. But it's looking beautiful. It's coming together. It's coming together. So next year, man, I can't wait to show you guys next year, man. I mean, this land was empty. It had nothing on there at all. Oh boy, it had nothing on there. So little by little, my daughter out there helping, putting out little wood chip and rock pathways and all that stuff. How far do you go down with the auger? In clay soil, you don't want to go down too much with the auger. I just really go down deep to loosen the soil. But really, I leave the dirt back and then I just plant it kind of on the surface. With clay soil, you do not want to plant it under there because it's going to just hold water and rot your roots out. You do that when you're trying to put in posts and stuff like that. see it tonight. The what's your name? The Speezy 99. Yeah, the garden is there already. We ain't lacking over here. Emergency shelter. We're not in flood zone or hurricane zone at all. But yeah, we got, listen, we got a shipping container. My neighbor got a shipping container, so you can put them things in the ground, or the wind ain't gonna do nothing to them. You can hold them down with that. So, how do you get the wood frame to stay stable when using nails? Well, you gotta have some concrete posts in there first. Now, if you don't have concrete posts, and you're just doing raised beds, you put some rebar on the ground and brace it to the rebar, and that's how it'll stay sturdy. I'm just taking a stroll through the garden, you know, seeing how everything's coming through. Everything is doing amazing right now. Wow, I mean, I just my mulberry leaves are coming back after we transplanted them. Never be afraid to transplant and take the leaves off of your trees. You'll put energy back into the root system. Everybody needs a mulberry tree. Everybody. If you get you a mulberry tree for the survival times, an ever-bearing mulberry tree, everyone needs to go and order them one.
This is how you know if you're still alive.
It produces fruit pretty much all year round. Everyone, I repeat, needs to get you a mulberry tree. When your raspberries or your blackberries is not producing, the mulberry trees get huge fast. It's a fast-growing shade tree, and also is going to feed you year-round. I don't care what nobody say. I'm telling you a fact.
We have 2 more Lawchaa trees in the front. We have trees on the other side.
It's winter time, so we're not really having the sunflower plants.
A bunch of trees, apples, citrus. We got, yeah, a bunch of the same stuff. I think I hear the horses out there. Our neighbor's horses. Okay. This is Citrus Lane. Okay.
We're going to be teaching about working out soon for the men. I'm going to actually...
Right. These are very sweet.
I'm going to do
these are very sweet.
A segment pretty soon where I'm taking the men to the park and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to have it live. I'm going to show you guys.
This is a kumquat tree.
Be trying to build the men.
This is a sweet kumquat tree. The tomatillo I'm getting ready to put. They just grow wild. They just keep coming back.
Okay, where can you purchase them? Go to Chestnut Hill.
Plant like okra that just keeps
coming back. Go online and type in Chestnut Hill. And I don't know if it's chestnuthill.com, but Google it. And if not, ask me at the end of the show. I ordered it from Chestnut Hill.
Don't forget, this is Citrus Lane.
Sent it to me.
The blood orange.
Get your mulberry tree. Trust me when I say that.
Very expensive.
Cut it
into the stores.
Put it in a bucket. Let it grow some more roots.
We got more
plant you another one.
We got like
keep doing that. They grow fast.
A big olive tree, and I'm going to get one of those big, scary-looking ancient olive trees very soon.
I can't answer all the questions right now until after the video. Y'all relax and watch and learn.
Pear tree. We have more pear trees over there. Everything we have over here, we have over there. Okay.
Yes.
So we have a community,
humble service homestead garden. Your mulberries. I mean, they're not gonna really nothing gonna be producing in the winter. You already know that you're a pretty good gardener.
Trees over there,
except for certain veggies and certain
fruit,
things.
all that. Right,
you know, but
your plums, your
apricots, depending on which zone you're in. But
then we have our
spring is around the corner, so our trees are gonna sleep. Yeah, but
and we can trade.
The rest of the season, you got more than enough rosemary.
Okay, here is another. This is another mango. Mulberries. My chicken's been coming in here digging.
Too much.
I'm gonna have to stop them from coming over here because I see they've been digging up all. It's either them or my cat. They've been digging up all.
I'm actually gonna plant one of those mulberries over my chicken coop and let it get big because they drop so much mulberries. So much mulberries. I'm talking about pounds and pounds and pounds.
This is another thing. When you have this stuff, what you got to be aware of.
6, 7, 8 mulberry trees. I used to have them when I was in Africa. They produce a lot. Go on YouTube and type in mulberry tree. You'll see what I'm talking about.
They've been taken out.
You can make mulberry jam, mulberry
This is another
pie.
guava. This is a white guava.
Native to Texas, we have
white guava. This is my little guava section.
Blackberries
I have
on the ground
a pink guava here, and I think I have a red one there.
I got 3 different guavas, white, pink, and
another
red.
kumquat tree.
I like guavas.
This one may be a little bit more sour. We cut a lot of the leaves off because they had some damage from something called leaf miners. But we wanted to focus on the root system. You see, this tree is very old. This tree is about 8+ years old. Okay, and it bears a lot of fruit. I started to buy all of the fruit trees that I know are gonna give me a lot.
That tree was in a pot. It's 8 years old in a pot. If it was in the ground, the trunk will probably be this big. But
I got to buy a lot of different roses and flowers to add. This is my pecan tree, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna.
We got 2 pecan trees. One that's about 7 years old, and this one's about 5 years old. This actually
broke off. I'm actually gonna take that and plant that. Make another whole tree. This here, what do we have here? A Eureka lemon. Very beautiful smell, by the way. Very beautiful smell. Ooh, that just, if you can only smell it, you just do that.
Now, guys, these trees you're seeing, don't forget, when I first started this show, I showed you all of the trees in the front of our property.
This is a Meyer lemon
that we as a community bought. So we have a
lot of
trees on the property. So don't be afraid to get land that's bare.
Okay, and the bucket is stands taller, but we want the root system to get real nice.
Once you put them in the ground, they're going to take off.
If you have an ant problem, there's certain things that you can put on here to keep these ants away that would not even bother your plant. So I still have to go around here and fix a lot of this stuff. So this is a June plum. It tastes like mango and pineapple together. Beautiful.
Yes, lemon leaf tea is good. Yes, it is.
Yellow leaves off because probably
we got that in some
of the food scraps is taking a bit of oxygen away. What you do is you put hydrogen peroxide
on it. I forget the name of
it. My wife wanted
it because you can use those leaves.
Okay. And
do a lot of stuff.
It has to go through a process.
What if your land is sandy?
About 2-3 weeks, it comes back very luscious and very nice.
You can still do a lot with clay soil or sandy. You just have to know the type of your soil.
No, y'all got to get away. Y'all got to get away. Y'all been eating my food.
Sand drains a lot. Right,
get out of here.
You put you some other soil in there to try to build it up. Put you some wood chips.
The good thing about these chickens, they go around
eating
any fleas, any ticks, any bugs. My aloe veras, have to multiply them. All right, have to separate it and plant like a whole lot more aloe vera. This is actually a eucalyptus tree that he cut me a piece off of. We had bought a tree, but it was another species that we didn't like, so we asked him to cut us a branch. And we're gonna just put some root hormone on there. You don't have to do that. And we put it in the ground, and we're gonna let it give us some a eucalyptus tree. So yeah, man, it's just beautiful. That's another mango right there. It's just so beautiful out here at the moment. I still got a lot of plants in the back that I gotta tend to. So I'm gonna try to finish my greenhouse before the sun goes down.
I'm sorry.
So
I can barely hear anything with Elder talk over him. So
I decided to build a
Sir Howard.
a third greenhouse. Each greenhouse I built different to show you that you can take what you have to be able to do whatever you need to do. So yeah, and I'm probably gonna have another one soon. Doesn't take much, guys. Doesn't take much at all. Right now it gets very hot in them, so I'm keeping the doors open. Probably gonna take the plastic off of this door and make some screen. Everything is in there doing very nice. Got my ginger right there. Had to put this right here for now to keep the chickens out until I build my screen door. Got the papayas in there. A lot of stuff waiting to go on the ground. I still got a bunch of strawberries and stuff that I have to put back here. And I mean, guys, you're getting ready to see trees everywhere if it be the Most High's will, all over the place. I mean, all over the place. Ooh, hope that watermelon don't make y'all stomach hurt, because that wasn't a good one.
Here, guys, we're building. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I was saying that I'm going to answer the questions later. Maybe I kept the mic on mute because someone's saying that they can't hear me when I'm talking over the video. I'm so sorry because I have one more video to show. I want you guys to see. Okay, part 2 and part 3. All right. Starting our little walking trails. And there's something you can do if you want to make it look better. If you want to use free wood chips, all you got to do is buy you some dye, the same dye that they use to spray them in the stores. You can do it. Now, we personally put this here because if it rains, even though we getting gutters soon, so that if it rains, we still have a place to walk. And even if it doesn't rain, we still have a nice place to walk so that we don't damage our grass that we're going to be putting down. So, yeah, we did this yesterday. Me, my wife, and my daughter. Didn't take any time at all. Okay. Gonna put our bushes right here in front of our house. Yep. Yep, guys, so it's coming along. This is keeping mud from tracking in my house until grass grows through it next spring. I want the grass to grow through it. So, and even if it didn't, hey, I still like it. So much more to do, but this is where we are for now. We have a lot of fruit trees. We have cold hardy avocado trees. I don't know if I mentioned that. Cold hardy. We have hibiscus, which is high in vitamin C. 3 different hibiscus plants. Got to come out to fertilize and do a bunch of different things. 2 different avocado trees. Very good producers from Mexico. So yeah, guys, it's we slowly getting there. We got a raspberry tree over there. Raspberry bush. Yeah, so we got to put whatever we have to put in here to crawl up here. We got Brother Stan's Malabar spinach once again. We're gonna put our soil in here. We burn the grass from any type of parasites, and then you know, it's gonna come back real nice. Yes, it's just looking amazing, man. Yeah. So that's different. So on the land, I wanted to show you guys the ships. I wanted to show you guys the ships out there. I had to share this at the end of the video. Love living in the country. One of them disappeared out of nowhere. Yeah, listen, the ships is always over my house. These are the Ezekiel ships. Graveyard. Or the other one. Cat want to get in the camera. Lord have mercy. And they go, they moving. Whoa. A lot of action tonight. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Oh, look at the other ones coming back. You see him?
Yeah, I see it. Is that one underneath?
Yep, look, you see him?
Look, it's moving fast.
You see that?
Yeah. It's changing to red to
How did I know what they are? Ezekiel tells us in the scriptures exactly what they are. And you can see them clearly when you zoom in. A wheel within a wheel doing that. Gyroscopes.
All the ships.
They do like lightning, and they have the color of a bow, like a rainbow. Everything's exactly on point.
They are.
Been seeing them for years, actually. I'm not new.
See, a lot of times people come out here. Is that a shadow? Is that the phone tower? No, this ain't no phone tower. Look how it's moving.
Yeah, you definitely see a lot living in the country, like the sis said.
Turning green, yellow. Ooh, look at that one. Red. The one that they kind of look like
they stars. Everywhere. They are everywhere right now. They just keep.
It's between the stars.
Yeah, you talking about the one that's on top of the tree that haven't moved?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I can still see those two, but they.
So one moment. Let me go to the next video. Okay, they're just gonna be showing that. I'll have this up on my my bodybuilding page. Okay. So you can see it's only like 2-3 minutes left. Let me get through for the next video though, because we have had a little bit more updates. Because one person asked about planting stuff in the garden. To answer a few questions before I get there, actually, the avocado tree is not going to be sprouting in the wintertime. I said it's cold hardy, meaning that it can survive in the cold, because a lot of avocados sometimes they die here. So you want to get you a good breed of whatever or whatever genetics you're going to get for your tree. That's all I was saying there. Okay, so let me show you this video. I actually went to get some plants from this place. Brother Stan knows this place. It got two places. What a beautiful day. One moment here. One moment. I'm going to answer all of your questions in a second. What a beautiful day on the Highest Ranch. A lot of work to be done. Got my cardboard boxes over here because I got to put them around my trees. Getting ready to go on the chemtrails is in the sky. I got to get some chemtrail buses soon. So I'm going on a tree hunt. I found another mango, 5 years old. So when you find these trees that's like that, I personally would say that you get them. I know a lot of times you go to the nursery, you're going to get, come on, baby. A lot of times you're going to get, you know, the trees that's 2 years, 1 or 2 years. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you can find something that's 3 years and above, a lot of times I'm finding these days, because I've been praying to the Most High, I'm finding a lot of things that's already 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years old, so that they can actually already have been bearing fruit. So I'm going to go get another mango to add to my mango collection. That will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll probably have now about 4 to 5 mango trees, because I got a lot of kids, so I need more trees. And each tree bears a lot of fruit, but you want to make sure that you have more than enough for you and your family. More than enough for you and your family. Anytime someone gardens, and you know how you ride down the road and you see people, who, we can water that one really quick. You see people, when you go by the grocery stores, there's a lot of flowers. We sometimes go buy one flower and think that's going to do it. No. To make it look nice, you got to buy a whole lot of that stuff, right? If you can, buy what you can, because you can also propagate and multiply them too. So if you learn that, you don't have to buy a whole lot. You have to have a little patience though, but you can propagate them and let them grow roots, or just plant them in the ground and they still grow roots if you keep it wet enough. And guess what? That's going to make it happen. I want to show you guys something else I got going on here before I leave. Okay, because I'm going out to you know, get some more stuff. All right, because the winter's coming. So get some more emergency supplies as well. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing here. And I'm showing this for motivational purposes. These chickens are out here just free. They're out here just free. No worries. Look at them. Listen, they looking like, who got the food? Yeah, I remember when this place was empty, man. But slowly but surely it's turning into the forest that I love. Look at them. They just those chemtrails in the sky. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I still got to finish that chicken coop. But more importantly, I got to do the important things first. Right now they have shelter, so other things will take precedent. I'm going to open my greenhouses before the heat gets too hot, because I'm putting a shade cloth on this one today as well. Yeah, pretty warm in here. Oh my goodness. Whew. So I'm actually going to probably put some more vents on there, because I feel like it just gets really hot. We're on the east side of I end up putting a shade cloth, you know, my land, and that's where the sun rises in the morning. Let's see how this shade cloth is doing. Let's see here. This shade cloth is doing much better. I mean, man, this shade cloth we put on is doing much better. It feels way cooler on this side, because my papaya was having some problems. I'm gonna peel that off. Go ahead and peel that off. Use it as mulch. I really don't care if it grows fruit right now, even though it is. I'm gonna let it do its thing, but I really wanted, when you get new trees, I'll focus on the root system. Okay. Yeah. So it feels amazing with this shade cloth. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty shocked. I'm pretty shocked. I feel like I need to put one more on here, and I think I will. But the only reason I'm not, because I know some of these things do need full sun. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to balance it off a little bit. Here you see, I got some sugar cane from the store. Okay, and some of them like to mold, but you can cut all of that off. You don't got to worry about that. You can lay it in the ground and all of that will go away. I'm keeping them in the water right now so that they can grow some roots. And then we're going to plant them and we're going to have a bunch of sugar cane. This is where sugar comes from, guys. We just cleaned that food grade container up. This is what $200 worth of flour looks like. We got this 55-gallon container, and it's food grade. It only had organic coconut cream in there. Okay, so if you want to, you can put a bag in there, but you can put a big trash bag or something. But I don't know how I feel about keeping my stuff in plastic. So unless you have a giant Mylar, or you can put mini Mylar bags in here, which is what we're gonna do with this one. But this, I just want you to take a look at it. How we did it. We layered it. We put flour. We put like I forget what was the size of that flour. I think it was like 25-pound bag flour, and when we ran out of those, we got like 7 of those. We got the 10-pound bags or something like that. I don't remember how much those were, but $200 worth of pretty much fill the exact container. So this is how you know the Most High was with us. We put flour, and then we put diatomaceous earth, and it feels lovely. Oh my goodness! Just imagine having about 10 of these. Just amazing. So we put the diatomaceous earth, food grade, by the way, food grade. Not only are you putting diatomaceous earth for the bugs, but you're also getting the nutrients that are in the diatomaceous earth. They help with calcium, that help with parasites and different things like that, okay? So, anyway, that's all, guys. All you gotta do is lock it up and set it up. You don't have to worry about all that stress of Mylar bags if you just invest in these. Now, we paid about $35 for these. These were $15, but they probably went up already. So, just shop around, get what you can get for you and your family, because the times is near. But hey, make sure you got something to protect you and your food. Some of bees have been coming by my house, in my house, not in a bad way, coming around my land, around my part of the land. And I think it's because they finally see so much life around here and flowers and stuff for them to pollinate. So I think they're telling me, and the Most High is telling me, it's time to bring them closer so I can be able to pay more attention to them, because I just cannot go down there every day. We all work. We are all busy. And I'm just going to bring my portion of the bees down here and see if we can't, try to give them some love, tender care, because they're too far away for us to do anything. So, yeah, so me and my daughter are going to, Most High willing, go do what we can to bring them over here. So we brung the bees over. I got stung about 3 times, but drink you some activated charcoal and you'll be just fine. Okay. I only got stung because I didn't do everything I was supposed to at night. I really didn't feel like it. So that's what happens. They crawled up my sleeve and I got stung. So I got something to fix that problem. I got me a bigger bee suit. Gave that one to my wife. So we're out here in the rain working, guys. Out here in the rain. %100% of rain. Don't matter to me, baby. Gotta get it. I'm in the dark. I'm in the rain. I'm in the cold. It don't matter to me. I'm like the army. I hide. You know how the army men was hiding in the rain when you watch the army movies? That's me.
That's okay, my dreads.
The elements don't bother me.
The devil want to be a hater. Ain't supposed to be 100% of rain till 3 o'clock.
Make sure you hit that like button.
Ain't supposed to be no rain. Nah, trying to drive me insane with a cane.
Hey guys, I'm out here today at Enchanted Forest. It's a sister company. They told me of Enchanted Gardens out here in Houston, Texas. And basically I need some plants for my my beds, my raised beds. We're gonna need a lot, at least 60. And the winter is coming, so we're gonna get certain things that go in the ground for winter time. And been trying to get here for a while, but I've been so busy. So I'm finally here. It's a beautiful day. And basically, yeah, that's it. I'm taking that, ma'am. I had to. I was doing my recording, and this Edomite lady, I'm doing a recording, and she, on the video, the cart looks like it's far from me, but it's close. And she just comes rudely like, ain't gonna take my cart. I'm like, excuse me, I'm taking that, ma'am. I'm like, you just gonna come jack me? I was kind of joking with her, but she stayed serious and got pissed. So I said, you know what, it's okay, ma'am. Just go ahead and take it. Cause sometimes they just act like they rule the world. I like, you just go ahead and take it. But trust me, I would have got that cart if I wanted, but you gotta be all things to all men. So I just let it be. Yeah, she tried to take my cart while I was on camera. I was like, Lord have mercy. Y'all know y'all see my cart full. Look, I had 2 carts full to the top and the bottom. Look, my whole day I was buying plants the whole day. Because they had a sale at one place around the corner, and I said, I told my wife, I said, them blueberry trees, $4.50. So after this place, I went to the next place. It took up my whole day, trying to fit it all in my van, Lord. Oh, I didn't know I was on camera. So anyway, I picked up a few veggies for the garden. Got some kale, some bok choy, some Chinese cabbage, a few more herbs. None of it's ornamental. This is all edible. We picked up a few perennial flowers just to decorate. We got an elderberry, called the Elderberry Ranch. And got Oklahoma right here too. And we got a new blackberry that came from Arkansas. So they were very helpful here. And we're gonna go to see if we get some blueberries. And yeah, that's the day. Yeah, Enchanted Gardens and Enchanted Forest is sister companies. So I've been shopping there for a few years, off and on. Ain't that right, sister? Ain't that like a good sale? Ain't that right? Wintertime is late fall. They always have sales. They still have sales right now. 70%, 50% off at Houston Garden Centers. So that's that's the time to go. Get you some banana trees, $10. You pay a lot of money for it. You're going to pay like 20, 30 bucks for these. For a good amount, but and it's a good investment. But we went yesterday and we got a great sale. Not on the veggies, but it's very cold out here today. Excuse me, my lips is chapped and everything. But we put our things in a raised bed, and I can't take any credit for it because while I was out getting more plants, because they had a great sale yesterday on some things. Things at our Houston Garden Center was actually 50 to 70% off.
So there were some things at Enchanted Forest that were just normal price, like the blueberries. And I said, well, let me go to Garden Center first to see what they have. Now, they only had 3 kinds. Well, no. They had a few more kinds, but only 3 of those big buckets. But for the other kinds, they only had 2 kinds. It was blueberry, it was a brigada, and it was a something else, but I can't remember. But I got them all in my backyard, and I just wanted a lot of blueberries because I got a lot of kids. And with blueberries, sometimes they may take 2 years to produce, but even when they do produce, if they're only 1 or 2 years old, it would only be about a handful or 2, depending on if you took care of them. So if you get more than enough, as they're growing, you still have more than enough. That's what I wanted, and I'm not done. I'm not gonna buy any more this year. I'm actually good. I'm really going, when I say I'm not done, I'm gonna actually multiply them myself. So that's gonna be from air layering and different sorts of propagation. Here, I actually, I don't know if it's gonna work. This is my first time grafting, but look at my cat. My cat is just all over the place. He just having fun. I had to kick her out the house because she was meowing too much. I can't do it. I just can't, you know. But she's a Russian cat, so don't you worry. Even though it's cold, we have a house for her that she can go in, or sometimes she just likes to go into the house. And that means less rats and mice for us. By the way, a quick tip for mice and rats around here. We've been using an old farmer's trick, cornmeal and baking soda. We've been smelling dead rats around here like every few weeks or every week or 2, and we don't seem to see them anymore. So you leave that around your land, you're not gonna have any more problems. Let me tell you, I promise you that. What happens is they'll go get a drink of water and then they will explode. So we did a graft right here. This is an Oklahoma elderberry, and this is an elderberry ranch, okay? So I like to have more than 1 tree. So someone blessed us, you know, not blessed us. Someone blessed us with some other elderberries as well, small, but I just like to have different varieties. So I got me another fig yesterday. I'll show you those plants, hopefully, before it starts raining. I don't know what she ran over there for, but she must have saw something. She gets kind of frantic sometimes. I don't know what's going on, but anyway. We got all of these trees in the ground. We have more trees to get into the ground. Our tropical type of garden is really in the back, where the bananas and the palms and things like that are. And the mangoes, we have some mangoes out here too, but eventually we'll have some mangoes in the backyard as well. So I have to put this mulch in here. We bought some perennial flowers to attract different bees and stuff. Yeah, very nice and beautiful flowers. Got some angel wings, different, you know, roses and things like that. So I don't like to keep buying annuals until I pretty much get settled. For now, this is gonna do for me.
Yeah, the cat is live at 5.
Grow and grow.
Lord have mercy. I'm not even a cat person.
Thing that I put in to take the water from my land has definitely been working. If I didn't have that, I feel like our land would be flooded when it rains. Even when it rains now, I'm confident to keep my car on the grass, and I'm going to add another drain or 2 to that just to keep it really on point. So other than that, guys, things are going good on the ranch, and I have no complaints. It's cold out here. I'm still out here. I got double clothes on, but I'm going to make it happen. So it's time for me to go ahead and get on my tractor.
About 12 more minutes for the video, then I'll be answering questions. We put these vegetables inside the ground, of course, punched a hole in it, put cardboard on top for the weeds, and you put your mulch. Many people do it like that, or you can just put your dirt inside of the raised beds, and you can do it like that. But the ground holds water here because summertime, you know, take all that water out. So it's a good way to save money and not have to put too much garden soil. Just put them in the ground. Let it all kind of work its way in there.
As you can see, it's about to be a lot of rain. And the great part about wood chips is they're perfect. They help to soak up moisture.
I have 2 fig trees.
Keep moisture in the ground. But a place that's usually used up for flooding, guess what? It now gives that water somewhere to go. These wood chips soak it up, and eventually they will either release it into the atmosphere or they will allow to keep it in the ground, but they will balance it out just right. Once again, I have heavy clay soil. You do not, in heavy clay soil, if you don't already know, want to plant those trees deep into the ground, because that ground is just no different than a clay pot. It's just going to hold the water. It's going to rotten your roots away. So what we do, what we learned on this ground, even the people around the town tell us about the same thing. So we studied a few things, find out that it's a few different things you can do. But for us, what's been working is we've taken half of the tree, put it in the ground, right, and leave the other half, quarter or half, out and put it on the mound. And that's pretty much what has been helping us to make sure that our trees are not soaking, the roots are not soaking, and that the top of the roots are aerating, okay? So it's almost like air pruning inside of a container. But the thing is, you want to put some cardboard and mulch on top to balance that even more, because if not, you'll have to water them more often. So as you see around here, we've pretty much did the same thing. There's some areas we probably need to go with some more wood chips to cover, but that's pretty much have been taking care of our trees. They have not been having to have so much water, okay? And yeah, I mean, I don't know how many trees I have here. I probably have about 45 trees on the front, and I probably in the back, I probably didn't put a dent in the back yet, but I probably bought over 10 plus banana trees, probably have almost 20 banana trees. It's gonna be full of blueberries and little plants that I put here and there. But I'm pretty much almost there. I probably will take a few more apples, a few more different exotic type of fruits and vegetables. I got my mangoes, I got the things my family eats, and I bought more than enough of that, and I have the skills now over the years from experience to know how to multiply those things. So most of the things here is already growing fruit. I bought pretty much everything that's already growing fruit. So I'm very, very happy, very grateful to the Most High. And I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work before the hard rain comes down. I have one more greenhouse to finish. I have my chicken coop to finish, and then I'll be on my way to building our garage and our gym, hopefully. Hopefully this year. We'll see. But we've done a lot this year. And the investment, I'm not gonna say we spent a lot. I don't think like that. The investment that we've put into this land, let me tell you, was not in vain. Okay, so if things go down, we at least have something to help us. We have a system. Most High willing, next year we will have some animals. We have to study to make sure we understand exactly how to take care of them. And for instance, I don't need a horse, because if a horse is not going to get ridden on the regular, what's the point if I can't spend time with it every day? Why would I get a dog and my dog is not trained? He's just leaving poop all over my land. Well, it's okay, Elder. I don't roll like that. I do everything decency and order. I need to have the money to be able to get the dog trained, so when he comes back, I can only just teach him the commands, even though I know how to train dogs, but I don't have the time. A lot of times we're doing things out of order. We're getting things just because they're cute. The horses is just eating grass. I'll get a donkey because you can still ride the donkey, but not only that, the donkey will tear up a coyote. It will try to fight a wolf, a dog. It will try to bite it and everything. Look up some videos and do some research. And they're like alarm systems. So I do everything for purpose. When the scriptures tell me something, I look into it. Oh, that's neat. I see why that is so. Okay, and yeah, so that's just how I do things. I like the Most High have never been wrong. He says our people suffer for a lack of knowledge. So let's study before we get things. Let's not just get things because we feel good. Let's just not go and just get some land without any knowledge or the type of people we're getting it with. You see what I'm saying? If you can't get along with them now, why would you get land with them? You understand? Because you don't know if you guys can even dwell together. Two can't walk together unless they can agree. We all agree in Christ, but that doesn't mean everybody can live together. So I'm just putting all of these things out to help you guys understand that part. Okay? So anyway, peace and blessings. I'm gonna get back to work.
And the reason I'm saying that, as far as a horse, now our plan is to eventually get horses, but I'm not in a rush personally, because my neighbor has a lot of horses, but he never rides them. So you can use their poop, but I can tell you right now, he's not home enough to go over there and get any poop. He's not getting any of their poop. I can tell you that right now. So a dog, I love dogs. Trust me, I love dogs. But what I've learned as a black man and living among black families is this. And this is not an opinion. This is what I'm just talking about from what I've seen. I've seen that Most black people get dogs and get rid of them after a while. Most, not all. Some people actually take care of their dogs. It's not that these people are not taking care of them. After a while, they're like, I'm actually taking care of like another person. I got to go buy it food. I got to clean up his poop. It's almost like taking care of another baby or a child again. And then when somebody try to break into your house, the damn dog is running away, or they feed it something, he eating the food they give it. It's like, Now, by nature, certain dogs protect their owners. But this is the problem. That's still chancing it. How about as a people, we start doing things in decency and order? Because you gotta save money to get a proper dog that you want. It's your choice if you want to vaccinate and all that or not. Because I know flying and all that, I get it. But I'm talking about as far as for me personally, I don't like poop all over my land. I don't want to be stepping on poop. If he can't pick up his own poop, I'm just sorry. I can't use that poop in my garden. So I'd rather get a donkey right now. And not only that, the donkeys do the same thing of protecting, right? So they have a lot of benefits to them. Not only that, if I have a dog that does not kill for me for sure, because I didn't pay to train it to do so, I have to think about, why do I really have it? Because it's cute. I personally, this is my opinion now. I personally stopped spending money in the times that we're in right now, where inflation is high, where I'm feeding something that's taking money out of my pocket to put in my children's mouth. That's why I got protection myself, cameras, different things like that. And some cameras can also run off solar power. Also, a horse, somebody can say, well, you're going to need the horses to ride and get around. We don't know what we're going to do or need in that day. You see what I'm saying? So you can't fit your whole family on a horse. If you got a wagon, you're getting jacked. So let me just tell you, if you ain't got as many kids as I got, we don't have enough horses. Everybody won't be able to get no horse. That's just the reality of the situation. Okay, so I do want one down the line. But personally, if I don't have the trailer to put them in, the money to get them around, the money to get them taken to the vet if I need to. I'm talking about extra money. Not just I go to work and I can't do this so the horse just died. No. You need to have, it's no different than like a person who buys a mansion but doesn't really make enough money to stay in the mansion or the car that they drive. We have to stop living like that. Just to say you have something that you can't afford. This is why we're going under. Once again, I'm going to teach you. You live below your means, you come up faster. You live above your means, you come down faster. You get that? So, and we have to start being honest with ourselves. You have something just to go look at. Like you have some land, you can't do nothing with the land. You just going there looking at flowers. You have some land where it's just animals on there. You're not even doing nothing with them. You purchased the cows for what? Are you actually going to use them? Or are you actually going to do business with them? Or are you actually going to use their meat? Or you're just looking at them? We have to think about all of these things. Okay, we have to start thinking about these things. I do not want to walk around stepping on poop all day. So personally, if I don't have $2,000 to $5,000 to spend on training my dog for however long it takes, so when he comes back to me like Esau does, why does Esau and the nations do this and we don't want to do it? Well, I know how to train my own dog. Well, why is your dog still running to other people's property like my neighbors? My neighbor's dogs running to my property, and I'm sorry. Anybody come on my land, it says no trespassing. So let me tell you, I got to do what I got to do. And he already know that. And I'm not going to tell you the story of what happened, about that part. But anyway, that's another story for another time. So anyway, let's continue to play this. We got to start doing things in decency and order. I got to plug this battery in. Lord have mercy.
Well, guys, if you guys want to come and be nosy, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm just joking. Actually, I'm just training my blackberry tree, and I'm gonna have the camera person give me some tie straps so that I can just train it to crawl up here in the blackberry as you walk through. If you ever come to visit me, you understand you can just pick, or you can just take it and then go with my wife or my daughter to come make some pie for me, right? Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking this thorn. I personally got a thornless blackberry. It's not against the scriptures to get something with or without thorns. It's not against the scriptures to take a citrus and to make a different type of citrus, as long as it's in that line. It is against the law in the scriptures to mix cattle with cattle. You have to know what's against the law, but it's not against. Are there blackberries with thorns around here? All over my land. I eat both of them. You see, so but sometimes y'all get a little over righteous understanding grace and different things like that. In the starvation situation, you ain't gonna look at this blackberry if it got thorns or not. You gonna see in the Bible, it said we can eat blackberries. As long as it's not genetically modified. It's not genetically modified in the sense of the fruit itself being harmful for your body. They just took off the thorns, okay? So, that's all you see me doing here. And these things grow vigorously. You can plant them along any gate. As long as you give them some place to crawl, they're going to do their thing, right? So right now I'm just planting flowers along here. Just come and take a walk with me. Okay, these are perennial flowers, meaning that perennial means that they can grow for a few years, okay, and not die. You got your annuals, you know, they'll last a while, but they eventually die off. So they're similar in some cases, but the perennials last a lot longer. And these perennials I got, I'm just gonna have them crawl up here and crawl all the way up our trellis here. And if I ever get tired of them, I just cut them off, cut them down, because I'm gonna have some cucumbers in here for a different time of gardening, and I'll have them crawling up this thing as well. So I leave this open because if I do want cucumbers, I can actually plant cucumbers here, 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 with a little mulch, have them crawl up while I have my kale growing there, and I have still enough room to walk through. Okay, so you need to use everything. I have some other perennials here. You know, we all like flowers. We don't just have only food. We want to make it pretty too, because the bees, this also attracts the bees as well. You can also plant like some garlic in between here to keep the pest away, some onions, those things like that keep the pest away, and sometimes you will never have problems with your kale. I have a lot in my greenhouse I can't talk about right now because I'm not there to show you, but I went to get some mulch from the store because the tractor right now, to get all the mulch over there, we pretty much almost cleaned it out. I can use those for the trees. It was gonna take me too long before this rain comes down. So I did what I had to do. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get back to work. You see I got double clothes on, it's cold out here, but the weather don't stop me. I'm in the rain, I'm in the cold, doing whatever I have to do as a man of the Most High for me, my family, and to be an example for my people. Peace and blessings. Whew. All right, shalom, guys. Man, have we been putting in some work. I don't even know, just been putting in work. We got our flowers finally in, and it just looks so beautiful. Matter of fact, come on, let me show you what we got over here. Before I give me some food in my system, because believe it or not, I haven't eaten anything since this morning. I drank one of our protein shakes with some oats. Okay, so this is where we dumped our wood chips here because we have our septic sprinklers always going off. So we really didn't want over here and it to be mushy and muddy to where you couldn't drive through. I can actually drive through here and not sink in, but probably won't be driving through here anymore because now, as you see, I've allowed myself to go ahead and put in some beautiful flowers. These are some white roses we got here. It looks like Gracie did her job over here. So that's good. She comes over here. She's very smart. So I guess my cat finds time to come over here and do her job. She's very intelligent. And I'd rather her do it here because we won't have any edibles here. We'll just have beautiful flowers. They're going to get watered by the septic. So we have, I don't even remember the names. I'm not going to go into all the names of these. Got some roses, got some geraniums, got some perennials. Okay. And we got some
beautiful.
You can eat geraniums, but I'm going to be planting some more somewhere else.
Okay.
It's just for the flowers.
They're going to take off over here. This is more like my forest area, so I'm probably going to be putting some more pines over here. Yeah, so I'm probably going to be putting some more pine trees over here, some small pines, make it feel like a forest. I wanted to have something that was also like a forest, something that was kind of like tropical, just different worlds, you know, on my land. So I have my tropical area back there. There are some tropical trees I have here too, just to see how some of them do. But I will be putting some more mangoes back here. So let's walk back here to see what I'm saying. We've already finished our raised beds, as you know.
Hit that like button. If you forgot, if you're just coming in.
Did we show our raised beds?
Guys, I'll be putting that work in, let me tell you.
Over here, I have kids that love bananas. I mean, they want bananas every day. We all know organic bananas are very expensive. The great thing about bananas is they have pups that grow out. They call them pups. You can take that banana and flip that banana, and now you got another banana tree. So I tried to get some that have pups already, and my neighbor, he ended up getting them some banana trees because they had 70% off as well. So we put 2 banana trees in front of the chicken coop in the greenhouse, and as we continue to get more bananas from them, next year we will continue to plant them and just continue to grow more. We planted over, oh man, how many banana trees we got here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have about 15 or more banana trees in the ground. I have an elderberry over here. Okay, I have an elderberry, and I actually grafted I think it's an Oklahoma elderberry. I grafted for the first time. Hopefully that takes root. If not, I still have me an elderberry tree. And I'm gonna go get me some little food here, and I'm gonna be planting a bunch of blueberry trees, hopefully. So yeah, just take a walk over here. So see what I have. Planting everything on mounds once again.
I'll show you guys the blueberry trees. If I didn't put it on here, I don't know. I put a fig tree in there, and I planted over 30 blueberry trees. So I have to show you that.
It's just beautiful, man. I made some bigger rows back here than my front yard, so I can be able to come back here with my tractor and still be able to cut grass or whatever. Here I have something that you should use for your blueberries. Very good. All-purpose soil builder, increases soil moisture retention, loosens clay soils. This is needed where I'm at. So everyone can say, oh, you can just do everything natural. This still is the natural way. Certain things are already prepared for you and mastered by Esau. It's okay. Okay, sometimes things that's natural take time. I'm not using my chicken poop exactly right now unless I mix it in water. It'll be ready for the springtime. So this back to earth acidified compost is actually perfect for your blueberries. And then you take a feeder, okay, then you take a feeder that's acidified, and guess what it's called? What's it called? Micro something life? Micro something life.
Yeah, that's the name of that company.
It already has a fungus in there specifically for your plant. I think that this does as well.
Microlife has already fungus in it, a good fungus for your soil.
Things I get from Enchanted Forest already has the fungus in there, but I'll be sure to get some from my brother who put his hands to the test. My brother Stan. So I want to show you here what happened. This is our maple tree. This is our red maple, and I'm probably going to air layer that so I can get some more out of that. But a watermelon just grew out of it. So probably going to still have some watermelons even in the wintertime. We'll see. If they don't grow, so be it. But you know how that goes when you have a garden. I'm not finished making our little pathway. My wife and my daughter did that, and I decided that I want ferns growing along it. I used to always in every garden have ferns. I wanted to feel like a forest. I wanted to feel tropical. So I got this different type of fern here. I can't remember the name. And I have another fern here. And I took some ferns from my other house, and they still had roots on them.
Okay, Miss Felicia
them in the ground.
Henry.
They turned once again to a big
Make sure you hit the like button. Thank you.
And they had some palms on sale. So I got me a queen palm, and I got me another type of palm over here. So I want these to grow up nice and big as I put them in the ground. That's my bitter leaf that I got right there. My chickens were eating it because they know how good it is. I took it out finally out the pot and put it in there. Believe it or not, guys, I don't want to step on the mud, but I got that palm right there from this palm here. Palms grow just like pups. So, not pups. Palms grow just like banana trees. So you can take the pups from them and multiply your tree. I got a third one from it. So now we have 3 actual palm trees that we got from one. And believe it or not, as long as they have roots on them, and even if they don't, as long as they stay wet and they have moisture, they will grow back. So that's what we have so far. I'm gonna go get me something to eat. And yeah. All right, guys. So there we have it, showing you some updates on the land. I cannot wait to show you guys. Man, Sister Tana, yeah, I got to make sure I give my sister a hug. Most I will, I make it in that kingdom. She got me laced up with this. Yeah, buddy. Anyway, I can't wait to show you guys the blueberry trees. I dug about 15 holes. Let me tell you, when I planted those trees, those blueberry bushes, I said, I got 15 more blueberries on top of this? I did not even know. I had been buying blueberries throughout the years so much that I had 15 more blueberries. So I have 30 blueberry trees in total. So all you have to do is propagate them, which means multiply them. You're going to cut them or you're going to air layer them, and you're just going to replicate them in the same genetics, and they will grow fruit the same year. But we're not worried about growing fruit the same year. We're just worried about making a great root system, okay? So that we can continue to produce and eventually sell. And I'll be sending some of you these things. In spring times, if I have enough, I'm going to be sending things off for free. I promise you that. Let me tell you, if it be the Most High's will, it ain't too crazy out here in 2023. I am a man of my word. Let me tell you, I'm going to just pick somebody up on here and I'm going to start sending them stuff. You know, like Abraham did. So anyway, let's answer a few questions for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and close it out. I smell a good old fried chicken in the background. Lord have mercy. Whew. So, can you clarify more on the drums instead of the Mylar bag? I sure will. Let me close this out over here, and I'm going to answer a few questions. So, as far as it goes with the drums, those drums were actually about $15 at first. I don't know if she had them on sale, but I had to pay about $35, which is still good because some people sell those drums from $30 to $100 per drum. So try to look on Facebook Marketplace. Try to look in different spots in your area to get them for as cheap as possible, making sure that they're food grade. I have to actually go back and get some more drums now because I just put my own gutters up. I didn't show you guys a video of me putting the gutters up. That I'm going to be running the gutters into the blue ones and eventually the big tank. The big, 500 plus gallon tank. That's dark so that they won't have algae in it to store my rainwater. And you have to put your tablets or whatever, a little bleach or whatever to make sure you can sustain that rainwater for long enough. Okay? So you want to get your blue 55 gallon containers if you want to store water. And then you want to get the food grade ones if you want to store like flour, sugar, or any grains and things like that. And you put you some diatomaceous earth. That's sulfur dioxide, okay, scientifically, okay? That's what's going to keep the bugs from coming in there. And as long as it's food grade diatomaceous earth, which you could just get from Walmart or Amazon, any weevils or anything, they will not be able to make their eggs if they just so happen to have still been in your wheat or whatever when you harvested or whatever you bought from Amazon. They will not be able to grow in there. And it's airtight. You got to make sure you clean it out. Me and my wife, we cleaned it out really nice with the water hose, some dishwashing soap, and some bleach.
dry out that thing out with a big towel, and then we put it in there, and it is good. Okay, so while things are cheap and while the getting is good, starts little by little. My plan is, and I already have me a big food storage. I already have that, but I still try to get more. I built that shed specifically only for food. Nothing else is going in the shed except for things that we can and food. That shed someone can live in. It's bigger than my bedroom. The shed is huge. So only food is going in that shed. I'm actually taking all of the things out that shed you see. I'm going to put the walls on there and put them in my garage. Okay, and most high willing, after that, I'll build my gym. But I hope that answered your question. Get the 55-gallon drum, clean it out, and just go to your country towns or wherever. A lot of things are cheaper in the country towns, okay? Food grade, though. If you can't find food grade, there's things that, like, I mean, you could put a big heavy-duty trash bag, but I wouldn't want to store it in plastic for too long term. But at the end of the day, whatever you can afford, you got to do what you got to do. Now, these drums are kind of like aluminum, but they spray them with a good coating that's food grade. And the one that I had actually had coconut cream in it. So, okay. 55-gallon. Shalom, Elder. I want to ask you, this is Virtuous Queen, if those that were cremated instead of buried will be able to be resurrected when Christ comes. Well, this is the thing. The Most High winked at our ignorance, and the Most High can do anything with anybody. There's some people who got eaten by alligators and then never get buried. The Most High can bring back the bodies, but don't make the work harder. Nothing is hard for the Most High, but let's just stay in line with what He's telling us to do, so that it can just be an easy, natural process. But the Most High can do whatever He needs to do. Okay, but if somebody purposely wanted to get cremated, that's on them. They got to deal with whatever, it's after that. Okay, but the Most High can do whatever. If the person's soul is going to be saved righteously, they good anyway. They couldn't help what somebody done to them. Some people got tortured and burned and fried in grease and oil. No one can help what somebody done with them. The Most High is going to save them. He's not the author of confusion. Can we buy an avocado tree and grow it? You mean seed? Yes, you can, but you have to make sure that it's conventionally grown or not genetically modified. Because sometimes you'll grow some of these things and they will not actually grow fruit on them. So it's best for you to just go. It'll take you years to grow the fruit from that. We're in a time where we need food now. Most of the trees you're going to buy are 1 to 2 years old. But I personally, if you can personally get trees that are at least 3 years or more, 4 years or more, if you can. I'm driving. They call me the tree hunter. I'm all the way on the north side, the south side, wherever I see them trees. All of those trees you see us planted, we did all of that within 2 months. We built those 3 greenhouses, and we planted over 60 trees. Me, my wife, in 2 months. Exactly, to be exact. Okay, we made those boxes and all of that. Starting a garden, there are a lot of roots because of a big tree. Should I lay a tarp down first and then soil and begin planting, or is there a better way to recommend? You can do both. If you want to lay a tarp down and make you like a little raised bed right there, you can do that. Or you can try to dig around the roots. Strawberries love to be planted under trees. If you watch the documentary Back to Eden Garden, some things can find their way around the tree roots. So just try both things. What can you grow in your apartment? You can grow many things in your apartment, but you have to make sure you get a grow light. Okay. And watch out for the bugs and the certain little flies and stuff like that. Okay. But you can put them on the patio too. Also, what were you saying? Diatomaceous earth, Charity. Yeah. It's diatomaceous earth. Let me type it in. Let me see if I can spell that thing right. Excuse me. CS. Food grade though. Stan, if you're watching, please put your contact information in there if people want to purchase things for the soil. If not, then I'll try to just tell them to contact you at Jerusalem Naturals, because I can't remember your contact for that, because someone asked for that earlier. Also, okay. Is it wise to burn the ground before you plant? You don't have to burn the ground. That's just something that I did. It was an extra step. Usually when our forefathers burn things, burning purges things. It purges all the insects and certain mites and different things like that, ticks that you don't want probably infesting your crop. So I burned the ground personally, and everything. It'll cure that soil and bring it back nice. It'll start life back again really nice. What kind for water again? Yeah, the kind for water is usually going to be a dark plastic one. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a dark plastic one. My sister, Miss Sharon Brown. Some places sell them together. I see it's a lady right down the road, and I guess the guys with the 18-wheelers, they come from the shipping channels and all that, and she probably gets them from them. So she got the blue ones for water. She got the white ones that hold water, but I don't like the white ones with the steel around them because they can't hold water long term. Once you get algae in that's not good for you and your family. You want something that's dark colored, so it's not gonna last a long time. If you're planning on storing it long term. Now, if you're planning on storing it inside of a shed or something like that, the white one, the big white one that's like 275 gallons or something like that, then you might be a little fine. Or if you cover it with something. But I personally am just going to get the dark ones. But we always have to do, right? I use containers from Walmart for the flour. I line it first with plastic, then add the flour. Do the cornmeal the same way. There you go, sister. Yeah. So whatever you have to do, right? As long as that thing is airtight. I personally just don't like storing things long term in plastic. But, you're in a starvation situation, you go eat that thing, huh? Any good quality Mylar bags, Elder? Try not to go too far with just stressing about that. Mylar bags are Mylar bags. Just get them off of Amazon or wherever you can get them. Elder, do you think we have time to enjoy our gardens if we just started off versus having started 3 years ago? Yes, you do. Vegetables. This is a great thing about berries. Who asked that question? Hamada Yapa. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, my sister. Vegetables grow in 3 months. Some things grow earlier. Peas, greens, strawberries grow. Get you some ever-bearing strawberries too. Ever-bearing grows a lot as well, as long as the temperature doesn't get above 70. Get you some get you a mulberry tree, my sister. You can keep it as a bush if you don't want it too high. And even in an apartment, you guys can get you a mulberry tree in a container. That mulberry tree will still be giving you and your family mulberries on your patio. As long as you keep that soil good and give it a big enough container. I've seen people with a big lemon tree and a trash can growing full lemons on it on a patio of an apartment when I was in Egypt. Yeah, brothers in the church. Yeah. So you still can enjoy that garden. I promise you. When I put things out, I'm not telling everyone to do what I do. I have a big family. I have to provide for the family that I have and my children. So I needed 30 blueberry trees. I needed 20 banana trees. I needed all of these fruit trees. I don't need my children to want for nothing. That's what a man of the Most High does. He thinks ahead of time for his family. I needed more than enough food to store. I need to keep going, get food while the getting is good. Because what if we all stuck at our house and we can't go nowhere? You got what you got. What if the well stops working? I need rainwater. I had to prepare all of these things. I'm thinking way ahead. I'm not trying to go and hurt nobody. Nobody come and hurt me for my stuff. So I'm doing what Christ said, and I'm trying to work ahead of time. Okay? Is it better, Danita Atkins, is it better to buy the metal containers or plastic containers for rice? What can we do to preserve it? Both is fine, long as it's airtight. But usually you're going to get the ones that's metal because they got that airtight seal lock. And usually the blue ones come where you can't really take the top off and you're just running water and then liquids. What kind of container is the best? I don't know what kind of container you're saying for what in specific. Humble law keeper. I'm going to try to make a greenhouse top. You sure can. You take that PVC and if it's not long enough, get you a connector, put the PVC together, get you a little raised bed. You can make it small as you want, tall as you want, wide as you want. Brace that thing together and make sure your box is strong enough because it does need something to go in. Or dig you a hole, put the PVC inside the ground, put some concrete in there, or just put the mud back around it and it ain't going nowhere. Put you some plastic over that thing, you in the game. I'm just trying to help people on a practical level because everyone may not have the same scenario or same situation, but don't let that limit you. Okay, you got some people on YouTube who just want to show off. Oh, you should do this. You need to do this, and this is the way you have to do it. No, you don't. That's one reason I like watching Led the Former, because Led the Former, he makes things practical. I watch another Hebrew gardener as well. I watch a lot of gardeners on there. A lot of our people is doing a lot of different things to try to be examples and help our people. Okay, but we at the end of the day we have to do what we have to do. Led the Former say, hey, take that dirt that you planted something in, take it up out there. And start planting. What you waiting on? We talking too much. It's time to work. I've been watching him for over 10 years. Okay, mini greenhouse. Yep. But see, there you go. We got to stop talking. We got to see, I limit myself 1 to 3 days and let's get it done. If I got the money, get it done. If I don't have the money, get on Facebook Marketplace and find free. Ask people, look up things, people giving the things away all the time. I found one of my mango trees for less than nothing, and it's over 8 years old. It was in a container. And then I said, Father, I love mangoes in my salad. Because that sister, when I went to her house, my Jamaican sister, my Benjamite sister, right? Her and her husband, Tazar, they had that, and Sister Angela, they had that mango in that salad. I said, I got to have it. So I got all type of mango trees because I love eating mangoes by themselves anyway in the first place. So the Most High ended up blessing me with, people don't sell mangoes a lot, guys. It's hard to find mangoes where I'm at, especially the ones that's growing fruit. I went around and found I got over like 5-6 mango trees now. But you got to have the faith. Whatever you got in your mind and whatever you ask the Most High, what you want for His will, this is His will while we're doing it. He's going to give it to you. But you have to be willing to travel. You have to be willing to put the work in, the time and the money. And be paying your tithes. I pay my tithes. I do my charity. I do my works. No right way or wrong way to do things. Humble Service Homestead is her and her husband is some of the OGs of gardening. You should see their beautiful garden. Got to get y'all on here one day, show y'all beautiful garden. It's a lot of people on here who's producing food already as well. I'm on a new land, but I don't know if I showed you guys the old land I was on where I was producing yards and yards and yards of food. Man, our people are doing it out there. Praise the Most High. I love the people who's putting that action in. Okay. I got 5 more minutes till 9 o'clock CST, Central Standard Time, and I'm going to shut it off. So I went past 10 minutes. Elder, I know this is off topic, but you got to make a video for the track called Lion and King. Yeah, I'm going to make a video for it. I mean, it was one of the old school beats I had in high school. Oh, but by the way, thank you guys for the support of our new song titled, I Ain't Trying to Be Famous. These people, we know who they are. Revelations 2:9 took 4,000 views down from us. We got 4,000 views within 3 days. They took them down. They took it down and brought it to 1,700, then to 745 views. Most High willing, if Elder Rawchaa remembers, he'll play it tomorrow. I usually don't play a lot of songs on this show because of the copyright thing and all that. I'm not saying it doesn't do it on A Gathering 144, but I try to stay in the guidelines as much as possible on here, which is why you haven't really been hearing me play some songs. But look out for the remix, Most High willing. I got my boy, Fresh Boy Life on the remix. Gabarya Allah, Deacon Quadam on the remix. Brother Tazabah from Houston. So it's me, Deacon Malak, and Brother Akwan, still out there in Africa, on this track. The track was about 6 to 8 years old, something like that. Dropped it, still relevant, because music and the truth is everlasting. We got another track we're getting ready to drop called No Copy Does It Better. It's just like a mixtape track. Let me tell you, what? We got They used to call me the hit maker, the chorus maker. I don't like to really use auto-tune like that. That's just me. I ain't knocking nobody, but I like to just use the nature. But, man, praise the Most High for y'all support. That's all I want to say. Y'all got that thing back up, right? So, yeah. But they gonna hate. They even went in the back the same day. They went in our back end, and we couldn't get in our page and all that. Let me tell you, I'm not saying my music is better than nobody. Some people may got better music than me out there. But whatever I did with that song and whatever we put on that thumbnail, they have a problem with it to actually go and take the views away and to go on the back end of our page. That's what I'm saying. So I waited to put that song out years. I didn't just force it. Some of you want to put a song out every week and all that. Praise the Most High. That's your works. But I just personally have a lot of work to do, and I can just put them out when I can. And I just like to be led by the Spirit. Right? All praises to the Most High. So, well, auto-tune. Well, she said auto-tune is trash. I don't want to voice my opinion. I'm just saying that it's fun. I think it's fun sometimes, but I'm from a different era, and I personally don't depend on it because I feel like in the wilderness, if there's no auto-tune, I hope you can still do T-Pain. T-Pain can actually really sing. That's all I'm saying. But this is for this generation. So one thing I'm not going to do is knock my people, but I'm just from a different era, and you have to actually be able to rap for my era. You have to actually spit bars. Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. I grew up listening to bars. I grew up listening to actual storytellers and listening to actual lyrics. And you have to balance that to make a hit, because sometimes you'll have battle rappers who can't make an actual hot track, but they can come up with metaphors, but their tracks is not hot, which is why they can't get signed. And then you got people who can make hooks, but they can't really write lyrics. So when you got a person that's balanced with that thing, I'm just saying it's a blessing. But that doesn't mean the other songs are bad. That's just how it is. Some apples is red, pink, yellow, but they all edible. So, hey, I make music with some of these people who use auto-tune. So I'm not tripping on it. And as far as, the music, I just do what I can, and that's just, I have my little fun with it. But I really try to stay behind the scenes, but my brother be pushing like, bro, we need to put this music out. I'm like, so I'm like, man, let me go ahead and put this song out. Let me see here. Oh, Elder, do you have to freeze your food before you put it in the Mylar to kill the bugs? Some people do that sometimes. I just deal with bay leaves, or I deal with diatomaceous earth. But you definitely can do that. And once again, I'm not knocking people who do auto-tune. Each generation is different. Each generation is using their talent to try to serve the Most High the best way they can. But you might just have to be on silent mode in the wilderness and let the people who, like the Levites and different people who the Most High blessed to really do it. Or you can spit the freestyle and you be straight. But we can't. If we depend on that, it's almost like the Wizard of Oz. They're going to see you for who you really are. But we know that it's the digital age. You got to put some digital things on certain things. But personally, I don't like too much digital on my stuff. I still believe in the natural stuff. That's all I'm saying. I'm just that way with everything. I just like to be real with everything. I don't want too much makeup on my woman. I'm natural as much as I can be. Okay, so let me see. My mango died off last winter, but I'm trying again this year. What you have to do with that mango, sister, you got to put compost on that next time. Or you put you some stakes around it and wrap it around with plastic. Just don't let the leaves touch the plastic, or that will kill it too. I've had trees die in the winter. It's okay. But the roots, a lot of times the roots, as long as the roots are not dead, they'll come back. That's why you mostly cover that root ball with some compost, because compost, carbon and nitrogen together, is going to make heat. You can put carbon and nitrogen together, which is compost, inside your greenhouse, and it's going to heat up the whole greenhouse. And let me tell you, you're going there, that thing be 70 degrees even when it's 40 degrees outside. Okay? I had to put out I had to keep clarifying myself with auto-tune because I know some people, I don't want nobody getting offended because I wasn't giving my opinion on others. I'm just saying I don't like to depend on it or use it, but it can be fun. But I do know that the back end of it, they're trying to push robotics on our people. So, but whatever my people do, I support. As long as it's righteousness, it's cool for me. I'm gonna just say in the wilderness, hey, you ain't that auto-tune button ain't on. Let the next person go in the circle. That's all I'm gonna say. One thing about me, I ain't knocking none of my people at all. Cause some of the people who do auto-tune, I'd be jamming them too. Cause at the end of the day, they still supporting the Most High. You know, I just leave it there. But you know, as I get older, I would like to play instruments and learn different things that I probably didn't have time to do in this captivity. So. Anyway, I don't see no more questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I want you guys to make, is vitamin K2 used for filling in our teeth? My husband wanted to know. Filling? Well, we on a live thing. I have to be careful how I say things. Personally, I'm gonna say it like this. Personally, I use vitamin K2 in my little ones. Okay. Key supplements, KIIY supplements.com. I use it in my little ones every time we brush. My children gonna come out with their tooth powder very soon. They're coming out with their biblical cartoon. I'm excited about it. It's involving Abraham's when he's getting ready to sacrifice Isaac. Stay tuned for it. I'm going to be showing it on here. I'm going to debut it on here, okay? If you're growing something, can we save the seed? Yeah, I would save the seed. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm ready to go get some of this good old fried chicken. How do you feel about cassava powder? Well, I love everything natural, as long as it tastes good to me. And if it don't, I make it work. So you take the supplement and crush it? No, we have vitamin K2 already. We have vitamin K2 plus D3 in here in the capsules. Okay. Matter of fact, I took my sea moss this morning. I'm about to yeah, we matched too. Look at that. I know that was kind of corny, but yeah, we matched. Anyway, that's my ashwagandha. Good night, everybody. Make sure you check out Elder Show tomorrow. Make sure you check out the the Northern Kingdom show this week. Make sure you check out Elder Rawchaa show. Make sure you guys have a great feast. All right, and peace and blessings to you guys. I really appreciate your patience. Before you go, if you have not hit the like button, hit that. And I pray that the Most High blesses you guys in everything that you do, not just marriage, but to be fruitful and multiply. Do I do subscriptions? Yes, I do subscriptions. So if you want anything you want, go to keysupplements.com. Okay, we've been helping a lot of people, and I'm happy for that. I love you all. I gotta go. Make sure for some fashion that you want, lionborntees.com. Okay, get you some fresh gear there. Get you some fresh gear at Brew Fitness, Brewgy Boutique. I gotta give one more shout out to my sister, KD Naturals. Okay, I told you I was gonna shout her out twice. So that's the sister out there in Atlanta, Sister Kim Wiggins. We are out. Peace and blessings, guys. Look out for that music. More music is coming soon. Videos is coming soon. Music videos is coming soon. Jungle, we're gonna try to shoot Jungle in the spring. Elder Rawchaa. Well, Lionborn is working with Goldback Gorilla Productions, which is my brother, Deacon Ricard Malak, to make jungle. We're going to have a lot of sisters and brothers in the church in that fly. We're not going to just let you keep them feast garments in the closet. You're going to be putting them feast garments on in jungle, and we're going to be in the jungle. You thought they had Black Panther. We're going to be up in that thing looking fly. You know what I'm saying? So get ready. Anyway, love you guys. Shalom.